We are back with Hobby Life, and here with us is Joseph talking about calligraphy.
So, um, actually, we were just talking about if we can give a sample. So, can you, write hobby life?
Yeah, we'd like to see it in
Sure.
action. So, wait. This is gonna be intense. Charot. Yeah, I've never really seen anyone do it. I've only just seen a lot of Instagram videos and Facebook
Mm.
videos of people doing it. So having to see it, having to see someone actually write something
Live.
live.
Dapat,
I,
we should cue background music.
Yeah.
okay, there we go.
So, this is gonna take a bit of time. So, can you talk while you're doing that? Is that fine?
Or do you usually
Yeah.
not talk?
So, how is the community of calligraphy here in the Philippines?
Actually, the community here naman, it's going large, growing na.
Oh.
Yeah, there are a lot of Facebook groups and meetups that are happening. Just last Sunday, there is a workshop sa I think in Shangri-La.
Mm-mm.
I remember it's
And
Shangri-La.
do
So
you
they
do you hold the workshops too yourself or no?
No eh. I'm more of a hobbyist lang talaga, an enthusiast. More on personal lang yung mga tinuturuan ko, like friends, ganyan. But then I don't earn using calligraphy
Labor
talaga.
of love nga talaga.
So yun.
So, are there any friends that you've made through this hobby so far? Or did you and your friends sort of start together?
Yeah. Like one thing, yun nga, when my supervisor and I have started calligraphy, and then na-influence namin yung other supervisors sa office.
Oh.
So yun,
So
they
parang nag-mini
started,
community kayo doon sa
yeah.
loob.
One is Pam.
Yeah, she was supposed to also guest here with
Oo.
you.
And then yun, siya more on pointed and watercolor calligraphy yung ginagawa niya. And they actually do events na rin. They actually hold events and teach.
Oh, so Pam also teaches
Ah, yeah.
calligraphy. What's the difference between watercolor and
And
ink
ink.
calligraphy?
Yeah.
Well, watercolor, it's just using the plated colors, and then you can also blend it along.
Ayan nga, I see some people turning them into rainbows,
Oo.
turning them into
That's
mixed colors.
the best thing when you use that's the best parang technique when you're using
Watercolor.
Watercolor. That you get to mix the colors talaga.
You get to mix the
Oo
colors.
nga.
You have a
Easy.
blending.
Ayan, he's done.
Yeah, he's actually done kanina pa.
Ayun. Oh, wait. Let's show it. Ayun.
Pwede mag-zoom in.
Wait. Ayun.
Pwede
Very clear.
mag-zoom in.
Ayun oh, hobby. Oh, he... Oh.
Oh, he actually copied the color of our
Of the color
of
scheme.
the set. Yeah, almost there.
Almost there. Pero yeah, he was there. Wala. And he looked really... he did this really fast too.
How do
I-
you do that? Like, there's fine lines and there are heavy lines. Is that in the pressure?
That's the pressure.
Oh.
One technique kasi when you're doing brush calligraphy and pointed calligraphy, the technique is when you go down, you normally press hard. You normally press so that there is
So
a
may
broad
formula.
line. There's like a
And
formula.
there's like a motion talaga, di ba?
Yeah. So that's one thing that you need to know or understand when you're doing calligraphy.
How about here? This is your photo, or this is another free
Yeah,
one
this
you
is
got?
my photo.
Oh.
Can you tell us like where this happened and how you came up with the words?
Well, kasi that was my photo like 2015
Oh.
Nag-start
when I
ka.
go to Coron. Tapos kasi ngayon this year I didn't get a chance to go to the beach. That's
Oh,
why
for the
Yes,
summer. Oh,
that's
no.
why I told
Na-frustrate
myself
ka.
parang yeah, take me to the beach.
Pero I
sorry.
noticed there's a difference in color there. Is that edited digitally or
Mm-mm.
raw yun?
Raw lang talaga siya. I just use one brush, one brush color for that.
And then you use the apps na minention mo
I
kanina.
use the apps.
Ayun. It actually looks really good. It looks like parang digitally altered nga talaga siya eh. Otherwise,
Yeah, I thought it was digitally altered.
otherwise yun, yung akala natin na piniprint out and then you have to
Mm.
like write it on and then you have to rescan.
So,
Parang tedious.
yeah. What age do you think people should start calligraphy? Like for me, I have a feeling I don't have a chance at it
Oo
anymore
nga eh.
because my handwriting is like
Oo nga.
grade school.
No. For the age naman kasi, actually anyone at any age can start calligraphy. What you need to have lang is the passion and the interest when you're doing calligraphy. Kasi the investment of doing calligraphy, one
Oo
brush
nga,
is
you look at
diba?
all
Willing
those.
to.
Oh, are you willing to spend that much for calligraphy?
But
Diba?
there's a way to make it cheaper. Like, can I just use a pen for calligraphy? Or
Actually, yeah, there is. Actually, what I can suggest is just to start buying like this one brush pen. This will cost you like 100. This one has a tag of 106 pesos, 107 pesos.
Mm.
And then you can use any bond paper if you do have scratch at home or
Yeah.
in the office, diba?
Parang
You
hindi
can
naman
just get
sayang.
those. You can get those and then you write at the back of it.
Oh, so I noticed like there are points.
Oo
Does that
nga,
one have a point?
Yeah,
No.
this one is medium
Medium.
Oh, so for brush, it's always just small,
Medium,
medium,
and
large.
large.
Oh.
But for points,
points.
there's
Pen
the-
points, right?
Yeah, pen points.
For calligraphy, we normally we don't have points kasi we just have the types of points or the types of calligraphy points or nibs.
Okay.
Oh, because that's a lot of misconception with a lot of people. They think that the calligraphy pens are the ones with point 1, point 2, but these are
they
actually
do.
drawing pens.
Yeah, those are
Those
for
are tech
drawing.
pens.
Or tech
Those are
pens, yeah.
drafting materials.
Ayun, oo.
Yeah, they're not necessarily for calligraphy.
Or
Mm.
even sa drawing, diba?
Yeah, for lining your art and
Yeah,
all
I
that.
use it for lining. I use a brush when I start shading.
Yeah. Otherwise, you mentioned a group. So right now, meron bang Facebook group sa calligraphy?
We do have a Philippine calligraphy enthusiast group.
Is that your group?
That's what I founded or I created. I started, and then there are other groups actually right now. One is the calligraphy spot.
How about this one?
Oh, that
What's
one.
the story behind this
Yeah.
one?
That's lyrics from a song. Is it The Scientist?
Come up
Yeah.
to meet you. Yun ba? Kumanta
Yeah,
ako.
that time kasi, that was the time when Coldplay went
they had
here
their
in Manila.
concert.
So, yun, that's a mix of watercolor
Yeah,
and,
the
uh,
synchronous
yung-
splash.
and this one,
yung
yeah.
likod.
That specific
And
pen.
this
Can we
one-
see the
this
point of
specific.
that?
This one,
Ayun.
Mhm.
medium,
Brush pen, no?
Yeah, it's a medium brush pen.
medium brush
Oh.
pen.
When do you use small, medium, and large for calligraphy?
Oo.
Well, it depends on the material or
Hardness, thickness
the
of the
material
paper.
that you will be using. I mean, let's say you need it in a certificate, so
Yeah.
maybe a point or a medium brush pen will do. If you do a large material or collateral, you need like a large type of pen.
So I noticed like calligraphy being done on walls. Have you tried
Oo
doing that
nga.
before or not yet?
Unless you already do that.
I'm planning to sa condominium. So yun, I'm planning to
With
write.
your own room?
Yeah, I graffiti, make a
Yeah, a lot
graffiti or
of people
something.
are like doing mixed media. So right now the walls are your
Yeah,
canvases na
that's
din,
siguro
diba?
the next plan. Yeah.
That would
That's
look
actually
cool.
pretty interesting. I'd
Oo.
wanna try doing that. Pick
An
my own
endless
room.
canvas right there.
Yeah.
So where do you usually use calligraphy nowadays?
Well, for me kasi it's more of like a hobby talaga. There are few friends of there are few of my friends who are asking me to do their wedding invitations. Yun. Yun
Pero
yung
He
mga
does it for
ginagawa ko.
free,
He
people.
does it for free. So makipag-friend na kayo sa kanya.
So yun, yun na yung gift ko sa kanya.
Ayun,
Pero
at least.
wedding invitation, meaning that's more than 50 people.
Yeah,
That
for
your How long does that take you to
Oo
complete?
nga.
yung mga 50 invitations siguro like 2 weeks or 1 week. Minsan kasi ano lang siya eh, I do it an hour every 1 hour a day, ganyan.
And one invitation usually takes how long to finish? Kung
One
ganun?
invitation siguro like 10-20 minutes.
But you can maintain your handwriting throughout all
Yes.
that.
No,
you
it's
can
actually,
maintain it.
actually ang hirap i-imagine na tuloy-tuloy mo ginagawa and it's the same thing every invitation, di ba? Tapos
Oo.
na-maintain mo yun. How do you do that? Or how do you maintain that?
Well, siguro one thing is yung mastery when it comes to ano. At saka when you do calligraphy, when you start calligraphy, we normally do parang hand tricks muna or hand kumbaga yung mga
Parang may
Ko-conduct
exercise.
muna
exercise ka
sila.
muna, mag-exercise ka muna para ma-loosen up yung hands mo or yung wrist mo.
Warm-ups muna.
Magwa-warm
Parang
up ka muna.
ano,
Parang
sa
nagpa-piano, oo.
Nag-up and down or circular. So yun.
Pero still, like, for how many? How many do you do in a day? If ever
Kung
you're
ganun man,
asked?
oo.
Well, I do like 5-10 naman.
In a
Kaya
day.
na.
Kaya
Okay.
naman, kaya naman.
And we see a lot of your works here too.
And how about this one? You're part of a religious group. Is that one of your projects for them?
Not really. It's more of my photography last Holy Week. So, yun, I shoot yung procession sa
yeah.
province namin, and then I just embed my calligraphy in it.
So some mixed media going
Mixed
on
media.
here. Cool.
Actually, yun yung medyo ano ko ngayon, na-addict ako sa mixed media. Na-addict ako sa paglagay ng mga calligraphy ko sa mga photos
And
ko.
where can people see your mixed media?
Well, on Instagram,
Username.
i-share
my
natin.
handle is Blue Stella Calligraphy.
Blue Stella Calligraphy on Instagram.
On
Do you
Instagram.
have a Facebook too or Instagram lang?
More on Instagram lang. My works
Okay.
are on Instagram.
So that's where people can see all your works. Your
Yeah.
portfolio.
My portfolio.
Ayun.
Why is there a need to have a portfolio? Even different artists have portfolios for everything.
Yeah, one thing kasi of having a portfolio for artists kasi it's more of your how you market yourself in the industry. So for the clients to know or to
How
see
good
how
you
how you deal or how you write or how do you do the stuff you're doing. So for me naman kasi I do have portfolio or a specific Instagram for my works kasi to track my progress or to track my
So makita mo din whether you improve or
my improvement, gumanda ba yung let's say yung A ko or yung
Pero are you developing a style of your own?
I do have my style of I do have a style of my own. So I created my own
Parang lettering.
lettering or
that's
font.
cool.
That's pretty cool. Do people sell their own fonts or letterings online?
There are. Actually, it's quite tedious to create a font talaga.
Like you have to make every letter.
You
diba?
have to make every letter. You need to know the spacing of it, the kerning.
Oh my
Actually,
God.
ang daming mong kailangan.
But otherwise,
Keep
it feels achieve. Ano
yes,
talaga.
when you sell your font, it will cost you like $100 maybe.
Oh.
So ano naman siya?
Yeah, yun nga, fulfilling siya. Pero,
Fulfilling.
so, sadly, we have to end the show now. But before that, what would you like to say to those budding calligraphy enthusiasts?
Well, one thing I can say is that siguro burst your bubble. Kumbaga, if you want calligraphy, start now. Kumbaga, sabi nga if you know Malcolm Gladwell, he mentioned na you need to take you need to have 10 hours or I mean 10,000 hours is the magic number for progress something like that. So when you start calligraphy, you need to give time to it. You need to spend time na for you to improve on the art or the hobby that you're doing.
Alright.
Practice, practice,
Na
practice.
practice
Yun.
talaga.
And that's all the time we have left with the Hobby Life. So I'd like to thank Joseph again for joining us with this.
Thank you for sharing with us what
in this
calligraphy
show.
is all about. If you'd like to follow him, he's on Instagram. His name is
At Blue Stella.
Blue Stella.
Blue Stella Calligraphy.
Blue Stella Calligraphy.
So we'll be seeing you again next week with a new episode of Hobby Life.